Buju Banton got a lot off of his chest during his highly anticipated interview. On March 16, 2019, Buju Banton's talent was reunited with the Jamaican people after his long walk to freedom. He executed one of the greatest concerts in Jamaica's history with a thrilling performance in front of a sold-out National Stadium audience. A year has now passed since the launch of his legendary Long Walk to Freedom tour in Kingston, and so much has happened since. He has toured the Caribbean, Africa, Europe, and has even released a hit single, Trust, along the way.
Me no trust phone, me no own, me no like.
During this time, he hadn't been doing much press in Jamaica, which had built the anticipation for the people to hear how he has evolved since he had been away from home for a decade. The always reliable Winford Williams finally delivered what we had all been pinning for, a highly anticipated full-length interview with the once exiled Gargamel. During the interview, Buju Banton discussed his triumphant return to Jamaica after an 8-year stint in prison. He expressed how happy he was to finally feel the island ground below his feet and see the masses who were at the time overcome with excitement about his return, but he also spoke about wanting to distance himself from attention and recollect himself. According to Buju, part of recollecting himself was losing 30 pounds before the Long Walk to Freedom concert after being required to shed only 20.
I have a whole heap of work to do on the stage, you know. You can't carry that whole heap of weight and run up and down for an hour and a half and 2 hours. You know what I mean?
Buju told the host. The dancehall legend was asked to describe his feelings in that moment he approached the stage for the first time in almost a decade.
I cannot recreate the exact feeling in words because it's totally impossible. It's like, it's magic. It was just pure magic.
Buju went on to share even more on his mindset when preparing the show, adding,
So we want to make the whole experience just magical, pure, yet entertaining. Let's put it in a jar and make him jar, because jar the captain.
He said. One of the topics Buju Banton spoke passionately about during the interview was the state of dancehall music today. When asked about the advent of dancehall trap and its hip-hop style, he urged producers to stay true to the craft of dancehall music.
Instead of making it so bland, keep it hardcore.
Were his words to describe what he hears now. Elsewhere in the interview, Buju Banton made a major announcement. Gargamel has now 20 tracks coming in 2020. The record, which he said was produced by Dave, Bobby Digital, Donovan Germain, himself, and more, is slated to be released this May. He told Winford that the project would be inspired by... Buju says
our music needs proper representation. On stage, off stage.
And that he plans to partner with Rock Nation and Island UK to make something that everybody can be proud of when it comes to reggae music. Buju Banton has proven that he can still make hit music with his song Trust late last year. Are you excited to hear the upcoming music that Buju Banton is going to release? Let me know how you feel about this in the comments below. So next up is some news I have on Buju Banton, where he says Vybz Kartel is still leading dancehall.
Welcome the king of the dancehall, the teacher. Straight jeans and fit.
Though there was never any doubt in anyone's mind that Vybz Kartel, as his #1 album implies, is still the king of dancehall, it's always great to hear it validated by another industry legend that preceded him. Buju Banton sat down in his studio for a special on-stage interview with Winford Williams. During the interview, Buju talked candidly about the progress of reggae and dancehall music on a wider scale and what he has observed since being back. After his 10-year incarceration, Buju was sad to report that he did not see much change in the genre upon his return. As the discourse went on with Winford, Buju posed the question.
Can we honestly say that our music has grown?
He went on to give his very honest take on the topic.
Me personally feel say, it no grow. Me come out of workhouse and a cartel me come see around the place, same way. Yeah.
He said,
Me hear other people. Me hear other people, you know. Me not say me not hear, I don't think me not listen. But me know music when me hear music.
Buju Banton was one of the biggest names in reggae and dancehall music before his arrest, and he still remains on top of his game today. There are only a few names in dancehall that has traversed international waters and established a foothold in certain other cultures. Buju observed that while many more artists are emerging in Jamaica these days, the impact is not being made to correlate with the growing number of talents. Buju went on to talk about how times have changed with the music because when he started, his predecessors were hospitable and there was no wall built to keep the new wave out. He says we need to get back to embracing new acts and supporting them. Do you think all the fight among members of the dancehall community has contributed to his stunted growth? Let me know in the comments below.